Pretty. They fly so high, they reach the sky, and like my dreams, they fade and die. Fortune's always hiding. I've looked everywhere. I've got the words here. I'm forever blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. Whoa. I don't know. This is Bill, though. Okay, we're going to start this rolling. Thank you very much for coming. Without yous, there's no point us being up here. So we represent yous, and hopefully we can do a good job. There will be a little point when I'll come to the 5 points that we put to them with their response. Yeah, it's all right. And then we can go from there. But as you see, along the line here, I'm going to let Mo introduce you as you go along. But this tonight is about yous. I know what I want. Bill knows what he wants. But I want to know what you fucking want. Yeah? Because we want our club back. That's what this is for. Yeah? There ain't no point us fucking standing up here and saying, thank you very much, do that. We're coming here to make a fucking statement. And that statement starts tonight with what yous want. Because what you want, we're going to deliver. And that's a fact. Okay, Mo? The less violent one.
Nice one. Okay, Andy will be back on the mic very shortly. Don't worry about that. Okay. Just a few things first of all. Tonight's proceedings are going to be, as football dictates, game of two halves. So we'll have a first half and a second half.
Use your own mic.
Oh, be like that. Okay. So it's going to be a game of two halves. So in the second half, don't want to see anyone leaving early. Okay, just in case. And in tradition of our new club, our stage tonight looks just like our retractable seating. Except they couldn't finish it because they wanted time and a half and it didn't quite work out. Anyway, other than that, we'll crack on, yeah? So firstly, thank you very much, everybody, for coming tonight. There's a notable absentee, can't make it, so I'll apologise for him tonight, Mickey Ramsgate. So you all know he's not here. Thank you. Oh yeah, this mic's going a bit funny, isn't it? So let me just do a few introductions so you know. Got Paul Laws here on my left. He's going to be hopefully looking after the points that we raised with regards to disability and accessibility to the ground. Very major point. And just to show that we're not all old farts, we've got a young man here, Harry Hamilton, who's going to be speaking up on behalf of some of the younger fans. And I think he's only missed 8 games in how long? 4 years. In 4 years. Okay, so I think he's... wait till your grey hairs start next year.
Oh, you ain't got no hair.
Yeah. So yeah, that's young Harry there. Myself, Moose, hopefully going to be doing something to do with the secretarial stuff, and I will be ably assisted by Andrew Date, who's out there somewhere. Stick your hand up, Andrew. There you are. Okay, he's going to be giving me a hand. Okay, with all of that as well. We've got Danny Meakin here on the right, proposing that he will be chairman along with Gus Gilbert. Where's Gus gone? Ah, there he is. Okay, thank you very much. And obviously, man at the end needs no introduction, but some of the younger lads might not know him, or they will know him. Bill Gardner. Okay, So we're just going through a few introductions. We're going to be doing a few little speeches in a minute. Later on in the second half, the mic, we've got a radio mic, as you know, Andy's been on it. That's going to be going around to the floor. When you are out on the floor, we'd be very grateful if the one who's on the mic can be given an opportunity to say exactly what they want. And if they can direct it all through the chair, we'll try and keep some sort of order. Limit your questions if you can to sort of no more than a sort of couple of minutes or so that we've got plenty of time to get everyone in. And we do want to try and finish off at 10 o'clock because there are a lot of people that have come here by public transport from afar, and we wouldn't want to let them down and get told off when they get home, although they're probably used to it. So anyway, so that's where we are. So just a few other names I want to mention. We've got Mark Walker out there somewhere. Is he here? No? Okay. We got him down as wanting to be press officer and to deal with our social media and stuff as well. By the way, if anybody wants to put themselves up for any positions and they're good at something that will be of great use to us, please feel free to nominate anyone you like. It's not a problem. And what we've done with Bill and Mickey Ramsgate is we've given them hopefully honorary memberships as such, i.e. there'll be honorary members of our committee to advise us when we're going wrong, which is probably quite a lot anyway. But Andy Swallow's going to be, I've got him down as operations. And I don't mean that with a scalpel and a stethoscope. Although, I don't know, yeah. Okay, so so that's where we are. We've also got Alison Varen down and Lisa Simpkins. Lisa's sitting in the back there taking minutes of tonight's meeting. And we've also got Chris here. Where's he gone? Chris Field sitting there. He's going to be doing minutes as well. Just so that you're aware, because this is our very first meeting, it's quite important to minute it, because it's going to form part of our constitution. We're going to have a proper constitution, a proper way forward. We're going to be formed correctly as a proper association, so that if and when we have to go forward, no one can look at us and say, well, you ain't even done it properly. We are going to be doing it properly, so that when we go forward, we're a force going forward and not in a weak position that they can just sort of flick us away, yeah? On another point, some of you may be aware, some of you may not be aware, a week ago today, we did send 5 points off to West Ham that we wanted responded to within 7 days. Now, as I'm sitting here now, I've not had a response, okay? However, I know Andy has been in conflab with them back and forth, and I'm sure when we come round, allegedly. So when Andy says his piece, he will be bringing all of that in as well. Okay, so I'm just going to start off with the order of speakers. The first speaker I'm going to pass over to is Mr. Bill Gardner.
Okay, everyone. Can everyone hear me at the back? Right, what I'm going to talk about, just for a couple of minutes, because talking up here becomes boring for me and boring for you. So I'm just going to give you the main points that how I see it. This season coming will be my 60th season. I started coming here when I was 5, and I'm now 63, nearly 64 years old. And for all but 10 years of them, I've seen nothing but shit. All right? But as we said before, it's our shit, and we put up with it, okay? Right, now what I'm here for today, I want the younger people here that have never seen us win nothing in all these years. People can be 35, 39, wherever it is, one playoff final, a losing cup final. They get ridiculed wherever they go. The young kids at school get it now in the neck. I know, I hear it. I want the young people to be proud of us as much as we are of ourselves. Not so much these people that are running this club. I can only describe them as leeches. Okay, that's how I see them. Now, in history, in 1904-05 season, we had a player that was sold from here. Our best player was sold to a team, Falkirk in Scotland, for $5,000. The supporters set fire to all the bins all around the ground. The riot police come down. Nothing changes. You know what I mean? And then you go through history. The Kearnses. I found a badge the other day, Kearns out. I even forgot about they existed. Right. Then we come down. We got Terry Brown, the man who loved West Ham but had no money, no real money. Then you got the biscuit people. Surely all of us thought, how the hell did they make this money from biscuits? You know, I've got to sell some biscuits, ain't you? You know what I mean? I bet most of them, but that's not the point. And then you got this outfit. Now, as soon as they come here, I had it against them for 2 points. We played Birmingham and Manchester City in the same week, and David Gold or one of them got on social media. I don't do social media, all right? I'll be honest with you, I'm a dinosaur, and I'm happy to be a dinosaur. Right? And people told me that he said, I'm not going to Birmingham or Manchester City because I don't want to see us lose. Now, all I've got to say to them is, do they think that the people that went to them games actually thought we was going to win? Because I didn't. And I got home at 5 in the morning. I had to pay for my ticket. I had to pay for my transport. He goes up, he sits in his nice seat with his blanket, he gets his food, then they get it all for free. They don't know what it's like to get up early in the morning to go to games like we do, all right? They've lost touch with reality of what real people do. And we're here to give them a little dig to remind them what it's all about. It's about pride. And what this lot have always done over the years, they've had a captive audience. They know that whatever they do, we would come back. And over the years, there's been little murmurings of people can have a go and try and... You won't get rid of these people, all right? They're here for another 3 years unless the circumstances change and they can buy this ground cheap to get the government out of trouble. And then part of that agreement will, I believe, them saying we don't want to stay the 3 years, and they will make it less and they will flog it. They will flog it. 3 years we're put up with these. We might have young Jack. I ain't got nothing against the boy. I don't even know him, all right? But all I know is David Sullivan says he's a West Ham fan. I call him a liar. He's a Cardiff supporter. A friend of mine works for somebody who went to school with him, and he told him, I'm a bluebird, but I've got a soft spot for West Ham. If you're going to watch this, Dave, because I know you've got your snide in here, and welcome to the policemen and all tonight. Thank you for being here. You're not going to learn much from me, because you never nicked me in 60 years, and you're not going to get me now. All right? Right. What we got to do, though, we got to do everything within the law. We don't want them, you to give them any opportunity to get rid of you, get nicked. All right. Yeah. So what we got to do, we've got to fight for it. You're going to get nothing given to you. If we have 6 or 7 wins and people go, oh, it ain't that bad, we're winning, then what you're doing 60 years' time, some of you youngsters, like matey boy who's only done 40, he'll sit here and he'll say the same things as I have. We want success. When we qualify for the UEFA Cup and all them sort of competitions, if we do, hopefully, we won't throw it away like the 2 times we've played now, where we're just throwing it away. Put kids in and saying there's no money to be made. There is money to be made, because a successful team playing under the floodlights in Europe will pour crowds in. So they will make money, so that's just an excuse. All they're happy with, top 10 in the Premier League, get their dough, that's all they're interested in. I want success. I want what you want. And I want you to show them that we've got one thing that they will never have, passion, right? And they obviously haven't got passion. They haven't got it where it matters here. All right? And I know you lot, I know a lot of you lot, my mate Mick over there and John and all my mates I got put with, they got passion. And we've got to show them that's what we've got. Not turn up for one meeting and not turn up again. We've got to graft. We've got to work at this. Yeah? And we've got to see them. We're not here just for the short term. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Billy G. I'm sure Bill will be answering a few other questions later on as well. Just a couple of stats I want to throw in. I can't remember if it was Karen Brady or somebody else from the board. It might have even been Sullivan, Bill, saying that the majority of West Ham fans are happy with our move. Now, I'll tell you how I've booked that so far. I reckon we got 25,000 hardcore. Would I be right? Okay. There's 52,000 season ticket holders over there, and 27,000 are happy, apparently. So you work that out for yourself. He's got the majority, isn't he, that are happy as far as he's concerned. What he doesn't understand is that the minority in this club is the majority. And he doesn't quite get that at the moment, because he thinks people walking around with gallons of Coke and Coca-Cola, gallons of popcorn, 2 mobile phones. Everyone's got 2 mobile phones. Anyway, they sit there on social media during the game with their feet up, and that's the kind of people that he's happy with, is my final point. And that's not the kind of people that we're happy with, yeah? Because they're destroying our club. Very simple. So, moving on to the next speaker, I'm going to pass you across to young Harry here. And as I've already told you earlier on, he does represent the young fans. So, Harry Hamilton.
Evening all. Like I said, for those that don't know me, my name's Harry. I'm sure a few of you do. Evening. How are we? All right. Right, I'm here for the younger lot. Like I said, we've got Bill, who's been going for years, but for me, I want to go, for when I bring my kids there, I want to make them proud to be West Ham. I don't want them looking at teams like Tottenham, Man United, going, oh, I want to go support them, Dad. No, you're not. You're supporting West Ham. That's it. Done. Tough. All right? That's it. End of the story. All right? There's no messing. You're supporting West Ham and that's it. So, for me, there's a few things I want to bring up. Things like moving the pitch closer, that sort of thing, making the atmosphere better. So, when you do take your kids, they don't get bored. All right? That's another thing. Bring in some history. So, when you take your boy to the ground or your daughter to the ground, when you do take them, you can go, look, that's what happened in them years. Back in the good old days. But now we're bringing our good days back. All right? We're coming back, and we ain't letting them win. Another thing, the old badge. Now, there has been umming and ahhing about it, whether we're going to get it back or not. Whether they do or not, we still want it around the ground. Just because we've moved doesn't mean we forgot about our history. All right? Our history is with us, and it always will be. No matter what, our history will stay with us. All right? So whether they agree to change our old badge or not, we want it back, and we want it around the ground. Stalls and burger vans. When you used to walk up Green Street, you saw the people just selling scarves, your badges, your burgers, your sweets on the corner. Why are they not there? Why have we been sold out to a Domino's? Who wants a pizza before a game? We all want fried onions on a burger, don't we? Right, well, you might, but... I say, when we moved, they promised they'd help everyone out here. I haven't heard a whistle from them. I haven't seen or heard from any of them. So that's another thing I'm going to try and get back. What else we got? Ticket pricing for kids. Category A game for under 16, £50. £50. They're having a laugh. We were promised affordable family football. Who can afford £50 for an under 16 child ticket? It's beyond a joke. They're taking us for a mug and we ain't having it anymore. Exactly, kids for a quid. We had days of kids for a quid. It's nothing. They don't do anything for us. They don't give a shit. They've got our money and that's it, but no more. We want our kids for a quids back. We want to bring our younger generation. We want to show them what West Ham are about. And together I think we can do that. Cheers.
Thank you, Harry. Okay, just moving on. We're now going to move on to our in charge of operations, Andy Swallow.
Operations? I've just been changed. I thought it was Action Group. Can you read that? I'm sure I'm Action Group. No, what a liberty. Rechange that to Action Group, please. Okay, those of you that do know me, don't know me, good evening and thank you very much for support. I look around, you know, Bill Gardner, Gary Dickel, there's loads of Odgies, people out there that I've been with since I was a baby. Moose, since I was 7 years old. Neil Taylor. You know, this was my local when I was 14 years old. And someone said, why am I here? This is my roots. I lived across the road. This is where I come from. I'm passionate about this manor. So, we give them 5 points, and I've heard tonight, just before we come on, they've gone on the air or on their website and started to announce changes. Has anyone got them? Have you got their changes? Oh, forget it. I'm not really bothered about what they've got. Right, okay. It's about our changes. I'm not interested in about Supporters Club changes and all the others. Good luck to them, the Supporters Club. I know they're going to pay for their term till the end of the thing. Good luck to them, and good luck to all the other groups out there, West Ham TV and all the others, Amma Chat. All the boys that have been banging on, working hard. I need more than my glasses, that moves. They've worked hard to get us. Now, our 5 points. Right, number 1. Season away ticket allocation. We knew they granted that, and I understand they're going to give a 10% leave back for people that haven't got priority points, so you've got an opportunity to go. So that's a little bit of progression. I think they're going to call it the Boleyn Memorial for the memorial thing just outside here that have been just left as a thing, as far as a thing. For us, it means a lot more than a thing just left up in a corner. Yeah, because I went there and I just thought it was a thing in the corner. Yeah, and if I think that, what does other people think? That represents us. The people in there represent this town and around here, and they're going to now look after that on a monthly basis until such times it becomes a memorial gardens, a part of some development they did over there. Okay, number 3, social media. Jack Sullivan and all them are off it, and they're now going to restructure their social media package It's put people ahead of it. Well, let's wait and see on that one. They could easily say that. Number 4. Okay, they thought we was drunk when we wrote this one, or when Moose wrote this. They thought we wanted to change the half time to 25 minutes. It just goes to show, you know. So allegedly, they speak to me, but they don't. But they do. I'm not too sure which one it was, but they did say to me, Andy, was you drunk when you wrote this? I said, no, but Moose was. They said, we definitely can't change it for 25 minutes. I said, thank fuck for that. So, okay, what they are going to do for immediate effect, they're going to look at the address of the toilets, which are 50-50. Ladies might make you have to queue up a little bit. You'll see how we feel. I'm only joking. And what they're going to do, they're going to start putting the TVs on around the stadium, like they used to at the old ground. 2 hours, which we agreed. I didn't ask for 2 hours. I won't be there for 2 hours, that's for sure. Cost me a fortune. 2 hours before the game. I think it's 15 to 20 minutes at half time, and an hour after the game. They'll be showing the highlights, so you can actually sit down and have your drink that you bought that takes them an hour to serve. So that's something they're looking into, and that's been given, and they reckon immediate effect. So if they lie on that issue, we can see that on Saturday. So that's number. And number 5, what was number 5? What's my last issue on them? What one are we moving on? The window, the badge. Okay, I want the badge. I want the crest on the programme now. I want London off our shirt now. Okay, there's going to be a battle on that. If they say to us, we'll look at it to take it off next year, fine. But I want it off now. We're not London, we're West Ham United. East London maybe, but West Ham United. Okay. So, what they're suggesting to do to compromise with us, they're talking about building little museums or statues or something around the area representing a part of home. So as you come over, possibly Billy Bond's Brook Way, you'll come into the area and there'll be a museum built with the Boleyn, and it'll have our crests, etc. You go one way, you'll go the other way. So they're looking to bring our history back. It's whether or not our firm we stick with this London on this badge. Yeah, so that's something that means quite a lot to a lot of people in here, and I know it means a lot to me. So that's something we're going to have to look at them with this media thing. But if I was looking at it as a business, it's probably very hard for them to take it off straight away. So let's throw back at them something that we talk about in here tonight. But that our Amazon Castle, our representation in this area, is going to come back to our area. And I think they're saying it on their website, are they? They're actually, what I'm saying here, that our 5 points have come up on their stuff. Even though they don't recognise us. Strange. But true. Oh, it's very true. Okay. Right. I think we're going to go to the floor pretty soon, because most of you have been on Facebook and heard a lot of what I've got to say. So I'm not going to start repeating it. The thing what we've got to decide, are we going to march? Are we going to do a demonstration? Or are we going to put more points forward to them to let them change? Yeah? Because that's where we have to. That's where we are. That's what we've got to do. Well, we're going to come and you can have your say. Because it's going to be, this is what I'm going to say to you about marching. And I've said it once, and I'll say it till the cows come home. If we march together. And that means you've got to get every single West Ham fan you know out of their fucking house. Yeah? Because there ain't no point in 10 of us marching. It has to be every single one of us. Yeah? That's the only way you do it. Believe me. Because if we turn up and show our hand, and there's only a few of us, yeah, they win. Those fuckers win again. So we've got to remember that. We march when we're ready. Yeah, don't just flippantly say march and we pick Chelsea. We do it strategically and when we think it's right and when momentum's moving. And that means getting the numbers up on Facebook, getting them up on Twitter, making sure there's thousands over there that don't even know we're here tonight. That means we fly that ground, we leaflet it, we talk, we tell people. Yeah? And then when we're ready, we march for a reason. What do you call it? A manifesto? What do you call it here? When Mo has come up with his manifesto. I bless him. If it's anything like his meetings, we'll get that next year. But anyway, sorry, Mo. So, okay. I think we're going to put some to use, because I think yous have had enough of me talking. I'd like to see some of yous talking. Okay, where's the MC? Oh, Peter P. You can talk after. No. after. I just want to do a little thing. We come back. Where you go? Then second half, you can do your talking.
Check one. Right, the way we're going to do this, fellas, and women, I'm coming to that. Oh, we got the first one. Well, can we see where the first one is? Going to come round. If you've got a point to make, something to say, just put your hand up. I'll get around as many as possible. I'll probably start at the back, at the bar, and then I'll work my way back. So, where's the first one, Moose? Paul? Bubbles. Where's Bubbles? I'll come round to you, mate.
I know now why all the other fans used to be frightened. Jesus Christ.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we just have a bit of quiet, please? We do want everybody to have their say, and if we can conduct this in the right manner, everyone will understand what this chap's trying to say. So a bit of hush, please, for a couple of minutes. Thank you.
I walked down Green Street tonight, like a lot of you, and you know, I didn't realise just how much we had. I didn't realise till I walked down there tonight how much we've lost. Really brought it home. And you get off at Upton Park and you automatically look for West Ham United. It's gone. And when we moved ground, none of us wanted to move, but they made promises. I never met and kept them promises. No doubt about that. And they'll have people in here tonight to report back. And when you report back to them, tell them they should be ashamed of themselves for lying to the West Ham supporters. So, we was going to move ground. None of us wanted it. But what I never knew, maybe I'm stupid, but I think what most of us never knew was they was going to rip the tradition out of the club. They don't care about it, the history, the tradition. I didn't know I was going to go over there and the stewards was going to chuck people out for standing up. I didn't know people was going to be banned for doing nothing. I didn't know there was going to be season ticket holders right next to me that in fact support bloody Liverpool. Because it happens, I'm telling you, they're there. I didn't know that the walk from the tube station was going to be miles and lollipops and everything. I didn't know that the disabled people and the elderly people who've been going over West Ham 60 years and the sick people, it's impossible for them. I didn't know that the memorial down here weren't going to get kept up. I didn't know the badge was going to change. The list goes on. So what do we do about it? Well, I'll tell you, there's three things you can do. The first thing is you do nothing. That ain't going to happen. The second thing, you can walk away, and thousands have. Or there's a third thing, and you fight. And you fight, and you fight, and you fight, and you fight until we get our club back. And I'll tell you something else. I'm not out of the East End, but most of you people are out of the East End. And you're not just fighting for yourselves, you know. You're fighting for your roots. You're fighting for your heritage. You're fighting for your mum and your dad and your nan and your granddad and your great-grandfather. You're fighting for them. And all the people that aren't around anymore, hundreds of them that we used to go football with. You're fighting for Steve Morgan, and you're fighting for Bimbo and Ernie and Curly Ray and bloody hundreds of others. And I'll tell you, Bimbo will be watching this meeting, and if I don't do my bit, he'll come out of heaven and he'll haunt me. I'll tell you, we've all got to do our bit. Now these people up here, the half a dozen good people up there, they can't do it on their own, okay? And they don't just need talented people who do web design or whatever. They need foot soldiers. They need ordinary Joeys like me and you. They need people to give out leaflets or whatever. Now, a few of you know me, I like a drink. In fact, I like more than one drink, okay? Some of us are going to have to change our ritual before the match. Some of us might have to say, look, I ain't going in the Edward the 7th, or the Railway, or the Vic. I can't do it this week. These people want some help. They want me to give out leaflets or something. And we'll have to ring our mates up and say, sorry, I can't see you in the pub this week, because I've got to give leaflets out. Or you might go pie and mash, or you might have a curry, and you might have to say, I'm sorry, I can't do the pie and mash next home game. I need some help. We're going to have to, you don't win by doing nothing. And the hardest thing of all, most of us are old enough to have kids. Some of them, my mates now, have got grandkids. Some of you might have to say to little Joey, or the daughter, or the granddaughter, I'm sorry, I can't take you over West Ham next week. And that'll be hard, but you're going to have to do it, because otherwise there won't be a West Ham to take them to. I tell you, And probably most important, Andy's already said on it, which is easy. You tell everyone you know about this. I went to Manchester yesterday, okay, and I was telling everyone, and I couldn't believe it. We've got 10,000 people signed up. 2/3 of the people that I told about it didn't know about it. Because most people, there's people here only come because I told them yesterday. Not everyone's on social media. So tell everyone, especially the people that don't go over West Ham no more. Now, I'll tell you, we're going to have one shot at this. Andy touched on it. You're going to have one shot. The biggest thing against us is apathy. I've got a couple of mates, they're in the big minority. They said, we're totally behind you, but you're wasting your time. Can't be bothered. And I'll tell you, if we fail, then people will say, told you so, wasting your... We cannot fail. Everyone has got to do their bit, okay? And we can win, because we've got qualities that Sullivan, Gold and Brady don't understand. I'll tell you what we've got. Bill touched on it. We've got heart. We've got soul. We've got camaraderie. And I'll tell you one thing we have got, maybe not me, you lot have got proper East End bottle. And that is why we can win. Thank you.
Thank you, Bubbles. Right, I'm going to move to the back. If you want to put your hand up, anyone got something to say as I come through? Any hands up? One right at the back there. Let's go over here. There you go, mate.
My name's Neil, and I'm a season ticket holder in the East Stand. And one of the things that we were promised when we went over to the Olympic Stadium was about the access. Now, it'd be so much easier to get into the ground than it was to get into the Boleyn. And actually, it's so much worse. I was at Manchester yesterday at the Etihad. That was an old athletic stadium. Not only is the conversion so much better than our conversion, because it's so much nearer the football, but actually, it took me 10 minutes to get into the Etihad. I was at Old Trafford at the opening day of the season. It took me 20 minutes to get into the Old Trafford. How comes it's taken us an hour to get into our own stadium? Something's got to be done about that searching process, and something's got to be done about our access to our own ground. How comes the shoppers are more important than us? How comes we've got 59,000 people, 56,000 people going into the ground, and we're not as important as the people who are going into the shopping centre? I'm sick of being treated like a pariah for going to see West Ham United. That's something concrete that I think that they should do something about. So they need to change the ground. I was looking at my son's a season ticket holder than me. He showed me the World Cup final stadium. Now that stadium was an athletics stadium, and they've squared that off in Russia, and that's so much nicer than what the Olympic Stadium is. Why can't they do that, fix the stadium, and why can't they fix our access to it? That should be a clear demand from us. We want better access to our own stadium.
Thank you. Anyone else? Hands up. Anyone else got something to ask, something to say? Anyone? Oh, one at the back. That's
Yeah, we've got to sort out stewarding and the security. I don't know what's happened to our stewards. Where are they gone? Oi, oi! It's not West Ham over there. I can't have a cheeky fag and get my fags taken away by my steward until the end of the game. I'll get kicked out. What's all that about? I mean, really, that's what it used to be about. We used to have a laugh and have, you know, it's just not fun anymore. It's just not fun. We are literally, we're not even customers, we're just numbers. People say you're not fans, you're customers. We're not even that anymore. It's horrible. I'm lucky enough to be in a position in my job where I know stuff about security. I've had 3 bans overturned. 3 of my friends got banned for standing up for themselves when they were just little scuffles. And these security or stewards, 18-year-olds, one of them was at university, it was his first job. He'd got a licence just so he could earn his £8 an hour. He went running off to the police and said, oh, he started on him. It took 3 months for me to get these bans overturned, but I got them overturned, they got their season tickets back, but they don't want to come back anymore. And they've been going for years and years and years and years, and even their family don't want to go anymore. We've got to get our club back. It's not fair, it's horrible. If we can get at least our stewards back in there, you know? I don't care about these supporter advisory people that walk around in their stupid black jackets or whatever they've got. Get our stewards out there. Get our stewards in the smoking area, shaking our hands, saying hellos. You know, the people that we know, not the people that we don't know. We just got to get it sorted out.
Well said. Okay, one further down the front. Oh, it ain't Woody, is it? He'll probably drop it.
Yeah, right. I ain't got much to say 'cause I don't know. But what I want yous to do, Anne, Bill, all of yous up there, ask them what they actually want. Is it for money? We ain't going to get them out. Obviously, they're billionaires. But what do they want? Because I believe what Bill said. They're going to end up selling that and selling us down the river, which they've already done with their lies and all their fucking past that's gone on. That's what we need to know, what they want to do and how much they're going to pump into the team. It don't matter who's there, billionaire, Russian. We want their on the pitch quality players, which they promised us. They've gone back on that. Yeah?
Well said, Woody.
1 2 1 2. Yeah, it's working now. Chap to my left here talked about walking down Green Street. I felt exactly the same. I'm 58, same sort of story as most of you. I've been over here since I've been 6 or 7, same stuff. I've never been back since we moved out of the ground because I can't, didn't want to. Murals, all that stuff, couldn't do it. Came back on buses and things like that, going west, couldn't look, all that rubbish. But it's true, because I had a season ticket last year. I didn't know whether to go to the other place or not. I knew it was going to be bollocks. I didn't go anywhere near that place once at all until we played our first competitive game there. And it just killed me stone dead. So my problem is bigger. And I take on board everything you're saying about smoking in the corner, I mean, chicken run and all that. It was just fabulous. I mean, to take your point on a slightly different angle, I buy a cup of coffee over this place. It's a different experience than when I'd buy a cup of coffee in a chicken run, you know, when they're just fabulous in there. It's not the problem with the people that work there, it's just the way it is. Yeah. My point is, well, let's put it this way. We want our club back. I don't think we're going to get our club back, and we all know what we mean by that, whatever, regardless of age, while we are playing football at the Olympic Stadium. So how far are we going with this group to get out of that place? That's my point. Because I tell you there's something, right, as well, and now I sound a bit of a cliche, I tell you this and I tell you that, I mean, I don't mean it quite like that. I would be, you look at clubs like Portsmouth. You might violently disagree with me on this one. I wish we were Portsmouth right now. I wish we were Portsmouth in that situation. I tell you, take any Portsmouth supporter, they're probably happier than we are right now. We're a fucking laughing stock, excuse my language. It's embarrassing, but it's not our fault. You know, it just does my head in. It breaks my heart. That's like E13 is written on my heart, the same as every one of you in here, and even regardless of whatever, we all know what that means. Now, part of me I knew the first to be David Sullivan in the press conference he gave when they bought the club made it clear they were moving us to the Olympic Stadium in the very first press conference. So we knew what was coming. I feel ashamed that I didn't do more to oppose it because Yeah, that's right. I am ashamed of it.
Touching on that, we shouldn't feel ashamed because we were sold a lie, mate. It's as simple as that. We were lied to.
Pete.
Let's give him a round of applause anyway, yeah? Come on.
Well done. Peter, there's a chap over there with
Okay.
had his hand up for ages. There he is. Put it up a bit more.
What one?
That's the one.
What I want to know is David Gold said this: we would not leave that ground if we wasn't the same amount of weight from the pitch as we are was over there. That is a blatant lie. A blatant lie. So that's all I want to know. Stop lying, admit where you're wrong, because I've watched West Ham Fan TV, they've had a meeting with them. Karen Brady said she doesn't know where we're coming from, where the chants are. It's blatant lies. Just blatant lies. I'm not a season to get older. I've not been able to go over there as much, but I don't want to go over there. I was brought up over here. My memories are here. My uncle took me the first game over here and I've loved it ever since. I don't get the same buzz over there. I'll be honest, and you may not agree with me. How many of you go over there and it's a chore to go? You think, oh. It's a fucking chore. Sorry for the language. But stop the lies, a bit more transparency, admit where you're fucking wrong. And at least give us a bit of respect and admit where you're wrong.
Yeah, well said. Who's next? Anyone else? Come on, hand up. Someone got something to say? Uggy, got anything to say, mate? Uggy, come on, say. He's turned his back on me. Anyone over here? Scott James?
Exactly what everyone's really saying. I mean, it does break your heart. We should have never left. But touching on what you said, I think you're right. All this football now, the whole thing about football is just all about money. It's just money, money, money. What is stopping them? How much money does it cost to move over there? What is stopping them building us a new stadium? What? No, seriously. What is if it's just about, if Tottenham can do it, we can do it. We can build another stadium what we want, not what they want. But can we do it? Can we push it through? Can we ask them? Andy, I'm serious. Can we ask them, can you build us, or will you look at, or can you consider building us a proper football stadium, not an athletic stadium? That is one of my points, and that's what I want to know. Can you do it? Yes or no? If Tottenham can do it, Arsenal have done it, and all this about moving into a big... Another thing, right? The Ray Winston video. Who see that when we went to sign up? The big Ray Winston video. Try and find that video now. Go on Google, try and find it. You can't find it anywhere. It's been wiped, deleted. All right? I know the company that actually made it. I've been onto them. They don't want to know. Really. Okay? That's very interesting. That Ray Winston video is nowhere to be seen anymore. But you can see the Tottenham one, you can see all the production company that done the film, all the other things they've done, you can see all that. But our one's gone, mate. But anyway, that's just my point. I'm so gutted about the whole thing. And I'll tell you what, fucking brilliant what you're doing, Andy. Brilliant.
Thank you, Scott James. Someone over there? Excuse me.
Get us a drink at the bar, please, love. Now, one thing I want to say, we've all spoke about, we all love West Ham, we're all going to do it. It's going to cost money. It is going to cost money. You've had someone doing the scaffolding, you've had... With a union, Southern Rail got their money because they stood strong. They stood strong, and this ain't going to be a short little battle. You can't
a bit of a hush in the back, please. Shh.
You can't do one march and walk away from it. It's going to take a long, long time, and it's going to take money. And every union going, they pay subs. We're going to have to pay some money, fellas. We are going to have to put our hand in our pocket, because you can't just roll up. You can't just roll up doing nothing. It is going to take some dough. So it's got to be set up properly. It's, you know, solicitors, accountants, make it all look legal and let them know that we're not mucking about. They're all going to be done. That's all I want to say.
There is no failure.
You know, sorry if I'm repeating anything that someone's already said, because we was up by the bar and we couldn't hear nothing at the back. But two things for me, right? First off, the memorial garden. I don't know if anyone's had a look in there tonight. Looks half tidy, but there's a bucket of builder's shit in there. right? Slap bang in the middle of that fucking garden, right? Supposedly that they're all fucking going to look after now. I ain't got no one in there, right? But to me, that's a fucking cemetery. There's people's ashes in there. That's a memorial garden. I said this to Andy when I emailed me points in. I said, the club, first off, they should never have fucking sold that bit of ground. If they held on to fucking 10 square foot of fucking garden out there, how much less was they going to get? They've already been fucking rolled over on it because they fucking sold it for half the money it was worth. Why didn't they put a covenant on it or fucking sell it with that being like fucking set aside in eternity to be fucking a remembrance garden for people who have fucking had their ashes and whatever scattered there, yeah? That's the first thing. That little bit of lip service the other week, turning up and fucking cleaning it up when Danny Fenn went over there because his dad's in there, load of bollocks, right? And that's what they've done to us all along. They pay us lip service. Like Andy said, fucking points on the fucking internet tonight, because we've fucking said something, all of a sudden, just before the meeting tonight, oh, we'll have a reply. Load of bollocks. They ain't gonna fucking move. You won't get rid of Golden Sullivan. But I'll tell you who we should fucking target is that slag Brady. She's the fucking weak link, right? She is the main reason that this club has gone the way it's gone, right? They're interested in the money. She's the one who comes up with the fucking methods. She's their fucking death camp superintendent, right? They might be fucking Hitlers, but she's the one fucking organising the executions, right? We get her out. That's got to be our main target. I'll fucking walk. I'll march. People saying it's too far to march from here to Stratford. I'd march from fucking Lands into Stratford to get rid of that slag. So let's fucking do it. All right? Come on, you odds. We're made of fucking stronger stuff than this. All right? Fucking, sorry to get emotional, but this club matters to me, same as it matters to everyone else here. I'm no more important than any other fucking cog in the wheel. But we all need to pull together. Like this fella over here said, fucking put our hands in our pockets, pay a couple of quid, let's fucking make it happen. Because until she goes, we won't get rid of them. When their fucking little dictator's gone, then they might think about fucking off. But they'll wait till the price is right, them two. They ain't going nowhere. They know how to make money. And we're just look, listen, we're all in here tonight having a drink because we ain't got their fucking money. No disrespect to anyone here who's probably done well for themselves, right? But the truth of the matter is, we got to get shot at her, and then we might get shot at them. Anyway.
Well said. That's the East End passion we've got, yeah?
Yeah, just 1 second, Peter.
Yep.
Can I just answer an earlier question about we got to get solicitors, we got to get this, we got to get that. Obviously, when we put this steering committee together before we have our proper committee in place, this was all discussed. We will have solicitors on board. We have got solicitors on board. We've got people with accountancy experience. We've got marketing people, members of boards, etc., which we're going to bring together. What you have to understand, people, shh, bit quiet, please. What we have to understand is that everything does cost money, okay? It's not that everyone gives their services for free. They might give it discounted in some instances. So we are going to have a fighting fund. We are going to be putting proposals forward so that we've got a fighting fund in place so that we can then get all the people that we need on board to give us the strength that we need. It's not just about the marching, as he rightly said earlier. It's about having the right people behind you so that when they come at us, we're in a good position to be able to defend ourselves, okay? So we have thought of all that.
Okay, we got...
Put you back to the floor, yeah?
We got a young lady, our first young lady wants to speak. So speak up, love.
Young. Well, I'm speaking for all the ladies here tonight. I love West Ham. I was born down in Manor Park. I used to go to the aunts down at Upton Park. I used to stand out in the garden and listen to them. I love this club, and I hate what's happening to it. I don't agree with why we had to leave in the first place, but also what I don't agree with is having to change the badge. As far as I'm concerned, and a lot of people might be, it's erasing our history and starting afresh. And it ain't starting afresh. We are West Ham. Why have they got London? Where everyone that knows West Ham United is a London club. We don't need to be told that. No one needs to be told that. We love West Ham and we are here to fight. And I would like to say thank you so much for putting this together, because without you, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing now.
Okay, one more here.
Evening all. Sorry, it's bingo time. I'm only joking. Just to say thanks to the organisers. I'm also West Ham through and through. Be nice to see the owners, well, I don't know about Brady, but get involved with us as the fans. To do like a separate, once a month thing, whatever. We speak to them. They're on social media, as we know, that, like Golden Sun's doing Twitter, blah, blah. But a great turnout tonight, and we all love our club. But as I said, it'd be lovely to see like the owners get more involved and take points from this meeting and other meetings and so forth, yeah? Not much to say really, but the points about Memorial Garden, for example, I've got 5 mates' ashes there, and to see it on social media the other week was gutting. A lot of foreign fans and all love our club. They come from all over the world, yeah? I've spent 20 years in Sweden. There is loads of Swedes support West Ham, Norwegians, Danes, Scandinavians, loads, you know what I mean? Dutch, Maltese, Indonesians, whatever. Yeah, the German hammers, big time. Of course, the Italians. Yeah, Hawaiian hammers, you can go on. We're global, over land and sea, you know what I mean? Just to say thanks. Come on, your hands. I'd like to see more of these meetings as well. And for Gold, Sullivan and Brady to send a representative here to get our points across. Because as we say, we all love our club and it's going down the 20, you know what I mean? It's not good, yeah? Thanks a lot all. Cheers, cheers.
Thank you.
Right, just one tick, yeah? We are going to have a little break, okay? Just for like 10, 15 minutes, let everyone replenish their drinks. We're going to have one last speaker there. Just want to add something before we carry on. Just one tick, guys. Just remember that everything you're saying tonight, talking about, is being minuted, okay? The reason we're doing it is so that when we all get together behind the scenes, every one of your views will be taken, obviously, into consideration. If it means we've got to work out a 15-point plan, so be it. You know, it doesn't matter. So when you're speaking, don't think that what you're saying is being ignored. It's not the case, okay? Every single thing, that's why I've asked, make sure there's a bit of hush, give everyone the time to speak, please, people, so that the people who are sitting here can hear properly and they can minute it properly. So we'll have... Yeah, it will be handy actually when we do get speakers if you give us your name so that we know we can refer back to for the ideas.
Dave.
We know a few of the ones that have already spoken. Dave. Hello, Dave.
How you doing? Well, my question is basically, where's our youth policy gone? What are we doing with these young players now? Where's your Lampards, your Coles, your fucking Carricks? Where's all them players? We've got them in our club now, but they won't play them. They won't bring them in. They've got Martinez, who's been on the bench for a couple of games now. Give him a fucking try. What's the matter with him? Do you know what I'm saying? It's just, we're buying all these old has-been players at the end of their career. We've got Carroll, who spends most of his time on a fucking bench, laying down, getting some sort of treatment. Let's get rid of these players. We want young players with a bit of heart who will go out there and play for the bloody team, because what we got now is a load of shit. Thank you.
Well said, Dave. Moose, have you?
Do you guys actually want a break or do you want to carry on? Carry on.
Carry
That's
on.
what I like to hear. Okay.
Okay, one over here.
Actually, Pete, just quickly, can we just bring that mic back a second? Andy wants to take this. We just want to...
Is Andy missing his mic, is he?
Yeah. It's my mic.
He loves the mic, Andy. Here we go.
Oi, all you lot at the back, all having a sing-song and a drink, fucking get in here. I'm fed up of fucking hearing the echoes of yous out there. And that's why we won't win the fucking battle. Everybody in here, because you come down here to see what we're going to fucking do. So let's get in here and fucking do it, eh? Fuck's sake. If you want some fucking passion, come football with me on a fucking Saturday. I'll show you some fucking passion. Right. Now, where are we going to go? Okay. I just said we've got Millwall in the cup. That's where I'm off. It's only Shrewsbury. I'll skip that one. No, I won't. Okay, listen. There's a little few points that you've all mentioned tonight that I probably know the answer to anyway. London Stadium. I spoke to the developers and I spoke to the developers of Manchester Stadium. That will never be a football stadium as long as Sullivan's got an hole in his arse. Believe me. Right? So saying that that is a football stadium, it will never ever be one. Two factors. Firstly, the only way to do it is to drop down in the ground. Yeah? Well, there's gases and whatever trouble and blue belly and green belly and every other belly under there. Then they put stuff on top of it so that you couldn't get to it. So that's two problems, and then you've got the water levels. But if they did go down, the poor fuckers at the back, me, that paid £2 a ticket, are going to see even fucking less. Yes, £2 a ticket, row 71, blinded. Thank you for that. So, the thing is knock the fucking thing down. That's what has to happen. Knock it down, rebuild a stadium. Problem is, our owners don't want that. Our owners don't want nothing to do with it. They can't even be bothered, which is one of the points we will give them. Bring the seats behind the goals like you told us. If not, give us our fucking money back. I've got a 3-year contract. Where's the seats behind the fucking goals? 8 yards. 8 yards, 8 feet, 8 yards. And I think Jack Sullivan says 8 yards, fact. Yeah? Well, let's fucking see that then. Before you start, if you want to start building a little few bridges till we knock the fucking thing down, put the things behind the goals like you said. Start delivering on the promises that you said. Show us why we left the Boleyn. Please remind me. Because I've been here all my life. And I was always told it was the Poxy bus depot. Yeah? Well, it's gone. The bus has gone. And so's our bus. Yeah? So let's come and have some facts. That when they say to you, we have to move from the Boleyn. Well, why did we move from the Boleyn? For 38 million and we're still 100 million in debt? Well, what happened there? Has anyone told me? Because I spent a few years away from this ground for reasons of bands and watching Greys. So I missed the last year or so. But what did they do? Just steamroll of our pride? What happened? What happened? I was one of them that thought there was going to be a new stadium. Because at Greys I never had a fucking stadium. But why did we not fight for it here? We wouldn't have got nowhere. We wouldn't have got nowhere. But why did we leave this stadium? Why did we leave our own? I'm asking, anyone. That's what hurts me. What hurts me, we moved to Stratford. I drunk in Stratford. I've been here all my life, Stratford, here, whatever. It never seems so far from the station. And to be fair, when I used to go 75, 76, 77, 78, that would have been a nice route back there. Would have preferred it to be further, so I don't mind that. But we're not in them days now. We're in the days now we're older, and I need to get to that station. But why are we in a goldfish bowl? What happened? What happened to all the yous? You were there, I wasn't. But I'm as much as to blame, because I'll tell you why, I didn't fight these fuckers. But we can fight them now. We can fight them now and try and win a little bit of pride back. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. That's all we want. Yeah? You ain't going to get the Boleyn. You ain't getting the Boleyn. Someone's going to live in the fucking Boleyn. Yeah? But let's see if we can get something back there. Whether to knock the fucker down and build it again. Yeah? Or dig down then and get the blue belly out of there. That makes me 100 miles further. Maybe I'll pay £2.5 for that. I don't know. For that pleasure. Let them work that one out. You're further away. It's another 500 quid. Cheers. Saying that, though, the way we played, I'll go further back. So maybe I'll just for pleasure. But listen, we can achieve if we stay together. Yeah? If we don't get on them, they're like keyboard warriors fighting each other. Yeah? Stay together. Stay tight. But let's make sure we're fighting for the right reason. And when we fucking march, we're marching for the right reason. Because we've lost our heritage, we lost our home, and we want something back to replace it. That's what we want. For me. I've had dealings with these. I've had dealings with, and I know how dirty they can be. but they don't like controversy. They don't like seeing... She wants to be bigger than Margaret Thatcher was. Well, she can be, but she ain't doing it over our fucking ground. That's for sure. That's 100% sure. And if they ban me, I've had a few of them, put them in a fucking... Well, I've had one who's had the longest. I'll try and beat you. But listen, we've got to put the action committee together, and please, when we march, when we demonstrate, it may not be a march. Someone said, let's go out on that bit of green outside and demonstrate and show what we're here. Yeah? But it's got to be numbers, controlled, and maximum effect. She's got to know what she's done wrong. And you might say, oh, it's her. I don't think it's gold. I think he's too old, and he's a little bit of passion. I think he's just been nodded off. Sullivan and Brady, they're the ones. They are the murderers. Murderers. Yes. Okay, I'm being asked down here. I'm going to, in a minute, because I will get too emotional, and I'll just steam down the high road. And we're about to do our march now. Fuck it, let's get it done. Let's get the first march into the thing, eh? Thanks, now. See, can always rely on the chairman, can't you? But listen, yes, I am passionate. Yes, I will take action. And I know yous in here will stand with me. And there's hundreds today that couldn't make it that will stand with us. But let's make sure we've got the reason. You was going to ask something. I'm going to pass to you, the quiet fireman. Hold on.
Hello all, how you doing? Okay. One thing I just want to say to you all. Look round this room. This is a Monday night in December. A cold December night. Look round this room. Look, we're West Ham. Not them. We're West Ham United. This club belongs to us. And everything you've said in here, we've taken note of. And we will do what we can to put your views forward as long as you're with us. Okay? Right, so what I want to ask you now is what do we do from here? Do we demonstrate? What's your views? Do we march? How do we do it? I'd like to go to the floor and just ask some people's views about how we do this next. Anyone want to chip in? Yeah?
Put your hand up. Yeah, mate.
All right, fellas. Can you hear me, yeah? Right. Albert Ellis here, yeah? Andy knows what I've sent it to him. We're talking about marching and all that. I'm 60. I can't fucking walk from here. I can barely walk out of here. So, really, the best way to do it, what I said, and I think he made me right, is there's only one way for
Bit
them.
of usher in the back, please.
There's only one way for them to go into the car park. So if you're going to march, just meet at Stratford. It is really simple. Meet at Stratford, block that fucking road off, and if there's another road the other side, block that off and all. Just like they did with the bus out here, the Man United bus last year, year before. Block it, let them fucking see no violence, all nice and all that, but let them fucking know we're here. You know what I mean? You've got to know they're here, otherwise there's no good marching from here to the Stratford. They're sitting in the ballroom, that's how they're marching down the road. I go, oh, fuck them, give us another bottle of that champagne. You know what I mean? If they see us fucking marching, see hundreds or thousands, it's got to be thousands, no, hundreds is no good. They see us all there, fucking, they've got to be frightened. You've got to frighten them, mate. That's the only way to get them out. Fucking scare them. Cheers.
Well said. We've got some more views. Anyone hand up for a view on the march? Hand up. God, why are you all spaced out so much? Can't you all stand in one line with your hand up?
Right, listen, I've got a fucking Che Guevara t-shirt on, son. He marched all the way to fucking Cuba and we're going to march to fucking Stratford.
Anyone else?
Right, you lot. Right, thing is, there's a lot of old faces here. Some have got associations, you know, back in the day. Publicity we were saying about before, yeah? The first thing they're going to try and pull out is, you know, whatever, ICF related, all that bollocks. First thing they're going to look for is people being violent. So if it does come to a march, does come to any demonstrations, we've all got to make sure we don't let it get fucking violent. Don't give them an excuse
to shut what everyone's doing down. Don't give them an excuse to say, look, West Ham, violence. You know what the media's like with the fans. You know, they make the films, Cash, Rise of the Foot Soldier. We've seen it. Anyone knows they throw the Green Street card out. Any association of violence that comes down on the fans, that's all they're going to do. Involve the old Bill, they're going to shut us down, it's going to fuck the whole thing up. So, as passionate as we can all be, we all know we've got to make sure that we listen to the top heads, we all behave ourselves and do as we're instructed. Because the better we do that, then it's going to work out. We just got to try and keep our hearts and our souls, keep the tempers down, and make sure we don't give them any excuse to say, oh, you know, being violent. That's the first thing they're going to do. All the papers, the media, the fucking lot. They're going to jump on it. Thanks.
Yeah, well said.
There's a chap just over there to our left, to your right there, Pete.
To my right?
Right by the dartboard, double top.
He just wants his darts back, he said. He's come for a dart match tonight.
I've actually dropped my darts. Right, I'm not good at all this, but straight up, demonstration, only way forward. Instead of poncing about in the car parks, bring all of us back here, pump some money back into local businesses, smash out Nathan's, fill this gaff up, get the news people down here, the papers, Sky Sports, Sky News, everyone, and show them we're no mugs, all right? Where's the local businesses gone? All the money about the, the stalls and everything like that down at Stratford, we've got fuck all that. Think of the local people. Pack the places out round here, fill this up, get Nathan's busy, old Ken's Caff. Proper march. That's all I've got to say.
Just going to interrupt you there. Just want to pass over to Bill Gardner.
Okay, we've sat up here and we've heard a lot of comments, and it's obviously a lot of you feel really strongly about this. You've put across some really good points. We've listened to all your points. I think they're all valid, right? But one thing you've got to remember here, these people got the upper hand because they're in the percentage, they own it. We're trying to put our foot in the door. They ain't going to let us put in the door that early and that easy. So they're going to fight for what they've got. And they will see how passionate we are, and they're going to dig in. Because we know what type of people they are when they try and ban somebody putting a flag near his gate when it's about 300 yards from his house. This is what we're up against, all right? And as for the march, I agree with what the fella down there said. Not everybody can march from here to Stratford. For some people, me included, it's beyond us now. But if we do it from Stratford to the ground, we march in the road, we stop the traffic. Hold it a minute.
Quiet at the back, please. Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
We stop the traffic, we walk in the road, and hopefully their Rolls Royce will be stuck behind us on the way to the ground, yeah? What you've got to do is remember this. If we have this march, if it happens, if it's raining, you still got to do it. Don't feel frightened of the rain. It won't melt you, all right? You've got to do it. Even though you might feel shit, we don't want this, we've got to do it. And the main thing we've got to do is we've got to stick together. Because I look at it like this. It's like buying a little puppy. You buy that puppy, you have it from new, you love it, he kisses you, you love it. And you come home one night and you kick it up the arse because West Ham are lost, right? But the puppy don't like it, right? And after a few years, you're still kicking that puppy up the arse. And as much as it loves you, it will bite you. Well, this puppy has had too many kicks up the arse. We're now going to bite back, and we'll see how they like it. All right?
Well said, Bill.
Well done. Okay, all I've got to say is just, without the euphoria, we have basically got to put the United back into West Ham. It's as simple as that. And as long as we're united, I'll tell you what, we won't be defeated. Forget about the 40 years, it'll be forever. We just won't be defeated. We've got to be united against this, what this board has done to us. And that's all I've really got to say. So let's get the United back into West Ham. Pass you back, Pete.
Yeah, can you put your hand up so I can see you? There's a bloke with a parachute on it.
I forgot what I was fucking saying now. You said you got to tell your name is. My name's Dick Scratcher. If anyone like that. Moose just come out with something. We've all got to be united. Right? Well, let's just say, how can we be fucking united when we're in here and them noisy cunts out there don't give a bollocks what's going on? They're just down here to say, look at me, I'm a fucking face over West Ham because I come over here. Right? But that's not what I'm on about. The thing mainly is about this demonstration. Now, a few of us remember the Bond scheme. Right? What a fucking pain in the arse that was for them. Because what happened? Everyone blew up a balloon and just threw balloons on. Right, now, if you'd done that in that East Stand, if everybody blew up a balloon 10 minutes into the game, right, you're going to get all the press, all going to Gold, Sullivan, whoever, the press officers, and say, fucking hell, what was all that about? All them balloons, thousands of the fucking things, right? And then, but don't leave it there. The next game, do it. Away games, we're all fucking going to Shrewsbury. Well, I ain't. I'm going to go to Tenerife. But we're all going to go to... But while I'm at it, if you're going to do a balloon thing, right, when we go to down Wagsy's pub, fucking we'll be waving our balloons. So I reckon that everyone's just got to go and buy a packet of balloons, 10 pence, wait till 10 minutes into the game, blow them up, and people are going to go, fucking hell, what's going on here? Right? Because it will. And do it with the televised games. The Arsenals, the Chelseas, Shrewsbury, anywhere, do it. Even if it ain't televised, it'll be on Match of the Day in the night time. Right? Or on my dodgy skybox. When do you want to do it? This week? When do I what?
Start this week?
Do I start?
No, should we start this week?
Yeah. Why not? Why not? How much a packet of balloons? Fucking nothing.
Actually, if I just interrupt you there, Scobie, what we were going to do was black balloons.
See, but the thing is with it as well, with these balloons, half of them in here have got fucking balloons on their nut anyway, so we might as well carry on with it. But, yeah.
Oh, can I have some of yours then?
Okay, another chat from Bubbles. Or are you going to sing this time, Bubbles?
Listen, I think we should march. And we've got people up there that know what they're doing, so we leave that to them. And we leave that to them to organise. We're the foot soldier. They're no fools. I know Andy said it and I'll say it. When the march will have to be, can't be a night match because people go work. Trust me, I don't live around here, that's my sin maybe. There will be hundreds, thousands of people, not even from London. So it can't be a morning kick-off, okay? These people will organise it, I'm sure of that. Until then, Scobie's right. We can't just say, right, because to organise this march properly will take time. Then we can't do nothing until the march. So these people, I'm sure, will think it over and they'll guide us. They'll come up with a date for the march and that gives us time to leaflet, plan and get it right. And until then, we do balloons, or we do this, or we do that. We niggle. We do other stuff. And we do the march.
Okay, with the balloons, it is something that we've been tampering with, and there's a couple of little ideas. We choose a game. I was saying black balloons for the death of our club, or the death of the killing of our history, and we're looking to do a scarf to represent us, which would have been black, until I see our fucking third kit yesterday, and their fuckers I think we're supporting them. So, that fucked that, didn't it? Just as I thought I had a clever one, fucking they win again. Right, so the idea would be as the build up, I still think the black balloon could be the key, where we let the black balloons off 3 minutes into the game to represent those three fuckers. And we pick designated games while we're building the momentum. And I do think I'd like to see a demonstration scarf that one day when we're away games, we just sing bubbles and the whole of the scarves go up to representation. If we pay £2 for them, we're selling for £3. Something like that. But I say they've killed me with the colour. I've ordered black, and then I see the third kit. So, but I do think you're right. We can build momentum. I'm going to start looking at dates and places for the demonstration stroke march. Yes, people have said marching from here. I have said it's a great idea that we march from, you know, the Vic, from the boat, from the Vic, that route down, taking in the Brit and all places. The trouble is, if there's that many of us, it takes some sort of, you know, I've seen it, it's so maybe just a big square where we represent ourselves and we let something off, like a rally maybe. Maybe it could be a rally more than a demonstration. We'll choose something, but something with high impact, and they know what we're there for. And I just need a little bit of time to get our head round it, build up the support, build up the social media. But one thing we do need is flyers given out to all our fans, telling them what we are, who we are, and what the fuck we're going to do. Yeah, because there's so many of my mates out there that don't know nothing about it. Yeah, I was with them and they said, oh, well, we're okay. I said, well, why don't you come now? Well, I fucking hate it. I said, well, that's what we're about, yeah? And there's loads of our friends and loads of people like that, you're here. What about our people that don't go no more? What about getting them back? Yeah, because people, they don't care about them. Well, we do, because they're our mates. So they should all be back as well. So, high impact. If we're going to do marches, you know, we've done it with Lazio. We've watched how they do it. Yeah? I don't think we've got the power for full walkout like them, but they done it and we've seen it work. I've seen the other side of it, where I've seen 2 men and his dog walk with a coffin with Arsenal. We cannot have that. Yeah? So it's got to be somewhere, bang, hit 'em. But before that, great idea with the balloons, even though Colin will be in Tenerife, that's going to be some fucking balloon. Well, as he said, we've got enough gas to do it. I'm not saying a lot about that, Woody. Yeah? You want to speak? Yeah, listen. There's only one Trevor Brooklyn, there could be two of them now.
I just want to touch briefly, before I come to you, mate, on getting the word out there. If we've anyone here who works in the media, local newspaper that we can put an advert in, anyone in TV, radio stations, I know Scott there's radio station, anyone else, to get the word out, come and see any of the guys up here, because that's going to help as well, yeah?
It's one Trevor Brooklyn here. This meeting reminds me of the bond scheme. This meeting reminds me of the bond schemes meetings we had, and we defeated the bond schemes.
Bit quiet, please, in the back. Thank you. There's people here trying to speak. We can't hear them. Yo, guys, come on out the bar, please.
Right, let's have another go.
Right, try again, Mick.
This meeting reminds me of the anti-bond scheme protests we had. Now, we beat the bond scheme. I'm not saying that we can beat Brady, Sullivan and Gold, but the unity that's amongst this room is, you can cut it with a knife. Going back to Colin's idea about a balloon, let's up the ante a little bit. I don't want to go all Charlton on you, but rather than the balloon, how about a beach ball? I'm being serious, folks. Rather than blowing up a balloon, let's blow up a beach ball. I don't want to go all Charlton on you, but imagine if hundreds of thousands of beach balls floated out all over the place. It will have a high visual. We need something that's going to be live on telly with a high visual impact. Balloons is okay. Let's get the beach balls out, blow them up, and throw them on the fucking pitch. And while we're at it, why not we sing "One Trevor Brooking"? There's only one Trevor.
Well done, mate. Excuse me, Ben. There's another one with a parachute. This one's on the floor. All right.
We all know that the board, all they're interested in is money, and I can't take credit for this idea. My learned friend to the right got all quiet, he didn't want to speak up. I think it's a fabulous idea. All they're worried about is money, money, money. If you boycott buying things in the ground, that's not going to help because it all goes to the stadium. Why not? And you could do it separate from the march or even at part of it. Picket the bleeding stadium superstore. Stop them coming in, because that's where they'll be getting their money from, not in the ground, from that stadium superstore. Have to be a peaceful picket, but surely we can do that.
Okay, hand at the back here. Excuse me. Can we be quiet at the back, please? Can you keep quiet? Thank you.
Right, the way I see it is,
They don't want us in Stratford. They dragged us over there. Why don't we shut Stratford down? Shut down the shopping centres. Shut it all down. That's my feelings on it. Then they will want us. And you should do it midweek, because that's when everybody's going home to work. You can shut off the high road, you can shut off the Broadway, you can shut it all off. Shut it down.
Hands up, who's next? Sorry, mate.
One in the front there.
I'm coming back.
Hello again. Sorry, I don't want to dominate by speaking twice. I just feel just like you do about this. Andy said, why did we do this? Why did we allow them to take us over to the ground? I'll come to that in a minute. All the details in regard to tactics of making our voice known are absolutely valid. People say there's no such thing as bad publicity. They're probably right, but a guy that talked about avoiding violence, he's absolutely bang on as well. That's essential, because then we get shot to shred, you just get ripped. But there is no such thing as bad publicity. Everything I've heard tactically makes sense to me, especially things like balloons, because the cameras love that, the media will love that, especially, and I don't want to, you know, this. It's not a question of taking advantage of where we are on the pitch at the moment, but it gives us a little bit of leverage, because we're attracting bad publicity, because we're so shit on the pitch at the moment, and that helps if it ever can. But I'm not, you know what I'm saying. Right, what I'd really like, and I want to come back to what I did say earlier on, what is our long-term objective? You touched on it, Andy, right? We allowed ourselves to go over, we allowed ourselves, including me. I knew I didn't want to do it, but I went along with it, you know? I went along with it, and I think a lot of us did on a sort of promise, but now we are in that place. What's our strategy for getting out of that place? I think we need one target long term, and if you disagree with me, then say so, right? The bloke, there was a northern guy, a stadium expert on the radio, within a couple of months of us playing over there, and everyone's trying to do shit, you know, and he said, you've got to knock this place down and start again. And everyone said, oh, he's a northerner and he's talking shit. I thought, no, he's not. He's fucking right. So what we want, I don't know about you, we're only going to get our club back, in my view, when we've got a proper football ground. Now, I can take Stratford because, in a way, the Memorial Ground's not that far away. So I used to kid myself. Historically, we were going away to sort of go home, right? I kidded myself that was emotionally, it was okay because it was closer to the Memorial Ground. It's not Upton Park, so it's still... But is our long-term strategy to get our club back in a football ground? And we've got to make, do you agree with me? We've got to make that clear. That's where it's got to be for me. Otherwise, as you said, we've got no chance. Now, I'm not criticising the people talking about the minutiae, the coffee and the cigarettes and all the rest of it, and the youth side. Of course, that's all relevant. But we're not going to get a club back, and we're certainly not going to get an atmosphere back, and we're not going to get a belonging back. We're not going to come back to E13 because they've got fucking flats over there. That breaks my heart, but that's not going to happen. But we might if we get ourselves back in another home. All right? I don't know.
Well said.
Yeah, just want to say that's really where we do want to go. However, we understand that. What we want to try and do very short term is just try and get a little bit of ourselves back. Just by us being here tonight, we've already made the first step. That's what I'm saying. We're here. Look, everyone's in here. So we've made that first step. Let's try those little bits. Ultimate aim, we all know what we want, yeah? If we go in there as our starting aim and say to them, get it out, give us a stadium. We're trying to do the right thing in the right way to try and get a dialogue with them. We know how difficult they are. We all know how difficult it's going to be. For me, we've made a first step. We don't know where we're going to end up. We don't know what we can achieve. But if we all stick together and we get everyone else on it, who knows what we can do, yeah? So let's just have a go.
Okay. I think it's pretty much, we're under the conclusion, really, we've got a job on our hands and we've got to target certain things, certain areas and certain ways. we will be sending over some more points to them for the disabled, the elderly, and the families that are having problems. And I know Paul has worked hard, and I do have Paul's list, and that will be up tomorrow and sent over to West Ham. And I do think we should send over some more points just for them to see what they're going to do, i.e. stuff that we know pretty much they can't do, like deliver us 8 yards behind that pitch. But I think long term, and that's why the committee was formed by Moose with such due diligence and putting people together. We're in it for the long haul. This now is where we start. So as it says on there, the revolution starts today. And not once, twice, three, every fucking week we'll march until we go home. Or get home, a football fucking stadium. That's what we want. Bubble.